If you have ever looked at your monthly expenses and thought, there has to be a better way to live than this video is for you. Today, I am taking you on a trip around the world to share my top 10 best places to live, well on $1,500 per month. Every place on this list is based on real cost of living data and expat reports. I ranked them using 4 simple criteria: low monthly costs, good quality of life, access to healthcare, and how easy it is to actually enjoy everyday life there. All prices are in US dollars. If I do not say otherwise, you can think of $1,500 per month as a very comfortable budget for one person. And in many of these places, even a couple can make it work by sharing housing costs. Let's get started with the countdown. In 10th place, we are going to Eastern Europe, to Bucharest, the capital of Romania. Bucharest is sometimes called Little Paris because of its grand boulevards and eclectic architecture. You get big city energy, parks, museums, cafes, and a growing expat scene, but without Western European price tags. A single person's monthly expenses before rent are roughly in the mid-500s of dollars, and average rent for a decent apartment is around $600 to $700 per month, depending on how central you want to be. That means you can land in the $1,200 to $1,300 range quite easily, and $1,500 a month leaves room for weekend trips, eating out, and savings. You have solid public transport, a decent healthcare system, and an international community that is large enough to find your people, but not so big that it feels like a tourist circus. If you want a European capital that still feels real and local without crushing your budget, Bucharest is a strong contender. In 9th place, we head to South America, to Armenia, Colombia, a mid-sized city right in the heart of the Coffee Triangle. Armenia is a dream if you love mild weather, mountains, and coffee culture. You are close to colonial towns, national parks, palm forests, and bird sanctuaries, plus a lot of green spaces and hiking nearby. The numbers are impressive. A one-bedroom apartment typically runs between $400 and $550 per month, and a reasonable food budget can be around $200. Local coffee is often under $1 a cup, and restaurant meals are generally in the $12 to $15 range. Even if you spend a bit more on going out or transportation, you can still stay comfortably under $1,500 per month, and a minimalist lifestyle can bring you well below that. You get Latin American warmth, strong local culture, and a slower pace of life compared to giant cities like Bogota, while still having good healthcare and services close by. In 8th place, we are in Costa Rica, around Lake Arenal. This area is all about nature, volcano views, rainforest hikes, hot springs, hundreds of bird species, monkeys, and laid-back small towns. One expat in the town of Tronadora reported living on $1,500 or less per month, with rent at about $400 for a house. Meals out can be $6 to $15 in restaurants, and a typical local breakfast at a small diner is around $3.50. For $1,500 a month as a single, you are in very comfortable territory. Even a couple can make it work if you are not trying to live a luxury resort lifestyle every day. Healthcare in Costa Rica is a strong plus, and the Arenal area is only a few hours from larger cities like San Jose or Liberia, where you have more medical options and international connections. If you want a quiet, outdoorsy life with a good climate and reasonable prices, Arenal is a great balance between nature and affordability. In 7th place, we go to the island of Borneo, to the city of Kuching, Malaysia. Kuching sits along the Sarawak River and mixes old colonial buildings with modern towers, cafe culture, antique shops, and easy access to national parks and rainforest day trips. A 3-bedroom house on the river, within walking distance of town, can cost around $700 per month. Living costs for a couple beyond housing are estimated at about $500 a month. Coffee culture is strong here. A good cappuccino is about $3, and local coffee can be as low as 60 cents a cup. Food is varied and affordable thanks to the mix of Malaysian, Chinese, and other Asian influences. For a single person on $1,500, that means you can either take a bigger place and still live easily under budget, or go smaller on rent and have a lot of room for travel, hobbies, and savings. Kuching gives you Southeast Asian prices with a very relaxed, livable vibe. In 6th place, we stay in Asia and head to Hoi An, Vietnam. Hoi An is a World Heritage town with lantern-lit streets, a pedestrian-friendly old center, and beaches just a short ride away. Vietnam overall is one of the best value countries in Southeast Asia, offering low costs with rapidly improving infrastructure and services. In Hoi An, a two-bedroom apartment in or near the center can cost around $500 per month. Expat reports say that two people can live a comfortable, middle-class lifestyle well under $1,500 per month. That includes rent, utilities, a weekly cleaner, eating out daily, and plenty of beach time. Coffee is cheap, food is fresh and flavorful, and you can find international schools, imported goods, and good restaurants without losing the small city charm. For one person on $1,500, you are looking at a genuinely high quality of life. In fifth place, we go to Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. Chiang Mai feels like a big village more than a chaotic metropolis. You get mountains in the background, hundreds of temples in the old city, and a long-established digital nomad and expat scene. A three-bedroom condo with hill views can be around $300 a month. Reports suggest that monthly living costs, excluding housing, are about $300 for a single person and roughly $1,000 for a couple. Across Thailand in general, many expats live comfortably on somewhere between $800 and $1,200 per month, which is well within our $1,500 budget. Coffee is often around $2, local food is cheap and tasty, and you have access to good hospitals, co-working spaces, and fast internet. If you want an easy, soft landing in Asia, with a large community of foreigners already there and very manageable costs, Chiang Mai is tough to beat. In fourth place, we are back in Malaysia, this time on the island of Penang. Penang combines Golden Beaches, a major city called Georgetown, and a mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and expat communities. The food scene is famous, healthcare is high quality, and the overall vibe is very livable. You can rent a three-bedroom condominium with sea and hill views within about 5 miles of the city center for roughly $380 per month. Living costs beyond housing are around $500 for a single person or about $1,000 for a couple. That means a single person on $1,500 has a huge cushion, and a couple on $1,500 is still in the comfortable zone if you watch your spending a bit. Coffee might be $1 to $3, and a 3-course meal for two can be around $15, so eating out regularly is very realistic without stressing your budget. Penang is one of those rare places where you get strong infrastructure, serious food culture, decent hospitals, and low costs in one package. In third place, we go to central Mexico, to Querétaro. Querétaro is a Spanish colonial city with a historic center full of plazas, fountains, Baroque buildings, restaurants, and street performers. It is lively, walkable, and has become a favorite of North American and European expats. Healthcare is excellent with several private hospitals in the city, and you are just over 2 hours by road from Mexico City, which means easy access to international flights. On the cost side, one-bedroom apartments start around $500 per month. A nice dinner for two in a mid-range restaurant is about $25. Expats report they can live on about $1,500 per month all in, including rent, food, transport, and entertainment. For one person on $1,500, this is very comfortable. You can live close to the historic center, eat out often, and still have room in the budget for travel inside Mexico. If you like the idea of Mexico but prefer a more local city feel instead of a place that is only about the beach and tourism, Querétaro is a smart pick. In second place, we head to the Mediterranean, to Alicante, Spain. Alicante sits on the Costa Blanca with a castle on the hill, a marina, palm-lined promenades, and a climate that is sunny most of the year. It mixes Spanish tradition with a cosmopolitan seaside lifestyle. You can rent a good apartment in the city center or a home with sea views for under $700 a month. Monthly expenses for a couple, excluding housing, average around $700. So a couple can realistically reach about $1,400 per month, which fits inside our $1,500 ceiling. For a single person on $1,500, you are solidly in live well territory. A coffee and pastry might be around $2, a lunch menu of the day around $12 including a drink, and a nicer dinner for two roughly $35. You also get European Union level healthcare, easy travel across Europe, and a big mix of locals and expats. If you want a European beach city that is not wildly expensive, Alicante checks a lot of boxes. And in first place on our list of the best places to live well on $1,500 per month is Granada, Spain. Granada sits at the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains in Andalusia, with the Alhambra Palace watching over the city. It is a blend of Moorish history, Spanish charm, and a very active university scene, which keeps the city lively and young without losing its old soul atmosphere. From a budget perspective, you can find comfortable apartments in the city center for under $600 a month. The total cost of living for a couple, including groceries, utilities, and transport, often averages around $1,000, leaving plenty of room in a $1,500 budget for going out, travel, and unexpected costs. Granada also has a big everyday advantage, the tapas culture. Order a drink and you often get food included, which means your going out budget stretches a long way. Coffee is just over $1, and a proper meal for two at a traditional restaurant can be around $25. With history, mountains, day trips to the Mediterranean, a big student population, and a cost of living where $1,500 per month goes a long way even for two people, Granada comes out on top of this list. So that is our countdown of the top 10 best places to live well on $1,500 per month based on cost of living data and expat reports. Which of these places would you choose to live in someday? Let me know in the comments and make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel in order to be the first one to get the latest expat info. See you in the next video.